Hey everyone, my name is Kyle, and I'm here today to share my story and how it relates to Saul and Rise. So, for me, Saul and Rise is basically the story of my life, and that's because I was born with something called Treacher syndrome, which is a genetic condition that results in underdevelopment of different areas of the face and head. And so, what that means for me is a few things. I'm going to talk about my childhood, I'm going to talk about my adulthood, and I'm going to talk about my love life. So, first of all, my childhood. I had certainly a different childhood than most because I had a lot of surgeries because of my condition. And so, surgeries are not fun or easy. But what's cool is that my spirit was always positive. I mean, yes, I would get depressed for short periods of time. That's what my parents told me. But honestly, I don't even remember being depressed much. It my childhood and my medical history is all I know. So to me, it was what it was, and I had mostly positive and happy memories and feelings about my childhood. Really, really few, if any, negative ones. So, most people, they assume I've had this, super hard life and overcome all these obstacles. Well, when it comes to my childhood, in my opinion, not so much. I mean, on paper, sure, but as far as what I feel and think about it, nah, it wasn't that bad. And, I think that positive spirit is what epitomizes what Fallen Life is about. And so, it's cool that I can say that, that I've lived my life that way. And I don't take credit for it either. I just blessed by God with that spirit. So, that's awesome. Now, as an adult, it's been more of a challenge because I was in the same school from kindergarten to high school. So it was comfortable, it was familiar, I was blessed with friends the whole time. But then after high school, going up to college, and after college, I had to put myself out there and make new friends. And that was scary because I don't know how people are going to respond to me. Thankfully, the response has been predominantly positive, and so that has made my adult life, much more enjoyable than maybe it could have been. And as a result, I have more self-confidence, more self-esteem than I probably would if I had struggled more with making friends and going through life as an adult. Because as an adult, I've been more self-conscious than I was as a child about the way I look. Now, the one area in which I am, I guess, an extra self-conscious and in which I struggle the most as an adult is my love life. I'm having 37 right now, and I still have yet to have a girlfriend, ever. And so, I know I'm not alone in that regard. There are other people out there who are in that same position, but still, rejection sucks, loneliness sucks, and not that I'm unique in experiencing those feelings, because I know I'm not, but the fact that I'm self-conscious about the way I look, and also about my speech, and my height, and, the way I stand and sit, because my spine kind of looks like that, so I don't sit up straight. Um, I'm self-conscious about a few things, and so when it comes to girls, I am hesitant and reluctant put myself out there and let them know how I feel because I'm afraid of rejection. And, the difference between romantic relationships and friendships, obviously, is that romantic relationships, physical attraction plays a large part. And being a guy, I'm, you know, certainly aware of that. And so, there's only been a limited number of girls who I put myself out there with. Most of them have turned me down. One of them it almost got there, but not quite. Um, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And, true to the song and life brand and slogan, I'm not giving up. I won't give up because that's not in my nature. If I'm meant to find someone, I will. It used to, if I'm being honest, my love life, and all that, used to be one of the driving forces in my happiness. And anytime I went somewhere where there were girls, I'd be preoccupied with that. But nowadays, I'm doing better with that because instead of looking forward to the weekend and going out, I'm focusing my energy and my time on working on me, working on my career, working on my fitness, working on my finances. And so I don't even go out, nearly as often. And I would say I'm happier, definitely happier than the worst before. And I'm arguably in the best place I've ever been in my life, despite being single still. And the cool thing is that with focusing on what I'm focusing on now, I'm set up for success, whether that includes a girl or not. If I'm gonna find someone, I'll find someone. It'll happen if and when it's supposed to happen. But I'm not looking for it nearly as much as I was before. So, anyway, in closing, yeah, I'm blessed with a positive spirit. I'm definitely not perfect. I'm still vulnerable to getting down, like a lot of us are. But just like Saul and I talks about, I always get back up. And I always keep going. Um, and that's what they will encourage you to do, and that's what I will encourage you to do. Because even though it's easy to throw a pity party for yourself or to be upset about circumstances, I mean, life is hard, life isn't fair sometimes, and we're all dealt a different hand. And so, comparing ourselves to one another doesn't necessarily do a whole lot of good. You just gotta focus on you and do the best you can with what you have, and just try to use what you got and just keep pushing. Every day is a new day. This life is a journey. And so just gotta take it one day at a time and enjoy the process. So that's what I try to do, anyway. Alright, well thank you to Song and Live for letting me share my story. If any of you want to get in contact with me, feel free. Just reach out to them. I'm friends with the owners of the company, so they can connect you with me if you would like. But aside from that, thank you, and y'all take care.